fired up yet. There we go. Alrighty. Everything's looking all right. Looks like our service and signal's decent. Lighting's good. Let's get her up and running. And the river is swole today. I don't know if I've ever seen it this big. Jimmy Skunk, what's going on? Hanging out down by the water. Stephen Boyd, good to see you back. What am I doing? What am I always doing, brother? Hanging out in nature somewhere. Yesterday was Hillbilly Jam. We went over there and hung out with some awesome people for a while. Shoot, I signed autographs for about 7 hours straight. Now we're just back to our peace down by the water. Samuel, what's going on? The Mullion, how you doing? Nice view. Hope you're doing well. I am, Brandon. Thank you for asking. Been doing good, Jimmy. Been doing good. Hey there, Ginger Bear. Ginger Bear of the mountains. Hiya. What's up, Michael O'Connor? How you doing? Good to see you. You can just call me Jimmy, Red. Skunk is, I like to smoke. Oh, same, brother. I think I really like your content. First time I've called aloud. Nice! Justin, we have a ball around here. I, too, also enjoy, from time to time, partaking. I got one on each side. How is everybody? We're getting fired up. This is, we've only been live for about 2 minutes. I come down by the river today and was surprised at how swollen it was. That's what she said. Good morning, Mark McKinney Outdoors, son. Hey, today ain't no good fishing day on the river. Actually, I can still fish and have a good time. I'll rephrase it that way, but it ain't no kind of day for catching fish is what I'll say. Afternoon, Mr. Red. Let's Joe! What's going on down in the shed? Didn't even see you sneak in. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you. I want you to look at the river this morning. We've stood here before, but we're way up on the bank. I'm up by the road. Hey, Red from sunny Eustis, Florida. Another beautiful spot on the river. It surely is chaos. Good to see you. Hey, I catch a buzz, man, could catch a buzz. Nah, not go prospecting today. River's a little too high. Lots of rain. Lots of rain. Last night, apparently. I mean, it must have come a flash flood someplace up in the mountain, too, because, I mean, my yard was a little wet this morning, but it didn't look like nothing like what Brang is here. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. We can go walk and look at it in a little bit. Only problem is the audio gets really bad because that is loud over. No, not fishing today, Sleb. Barry here from Scotland. What's up, Barry? Got him in from all over Mohammed. Hey, what's going on, brother? Love that mountain life. Me too, Stevie Ray. It's a hillbilly. Where? You seen one? I gotta not move my head so fast. Thank you with the mute. What was that? Hold on. Appreciate it. Mouth out of here. That's a fella from South Park. And he's super. Hey, that's King. He's super. That's the one. What's up, Game Timer? I ain't lying, I'm not fishing, I really ain't. It's too high up right now. So right now the river that we're on is a trout river, and it is far too murky. They're sight fishermen, they're sight fish. So fishing for them right now will be real tough. The beard is scary. Thank you. Oh shit, it's the 4-wheel drive guy. Ciao, what's up, Marco? Oh, is it lagging? Damn. Well, shoot, I hate that it's lagging. I had good service a minute ago. I think what happens is these people come through here. There's the big SUVs, whatever them is, that come through, it always cuts my service down. Did you play the guy in Castaway? You mean Tom Hanks? Or the volleyball? I played the volleyball. I was Wilson in Castaway. Good to meet you. Thank you, Jug. I appreciate you. What's the name of that river? Maybe I'll go there. Slip, come on. It's the Little Pigeon River. More specifically, it's in the Greenbrier section of the Smoky Mountain National Forest, right off of 321 outside of Gatlinburg, before you get into Cosby. Thank you, Jimmy Skunk. I appreciate it. Wilson! I do kind of look like it, though. You know what I mean? Feeling well read about Wilson. I'm telling you. Hey! I love that. I love them eagle bomb pop. I used to be able to do like a real eagle noise, but it's like... I can't do it very loud. I'm drunk in Kentucky at 11 a.m. Scone cold, sconed sober. That sounds like a delicious way to stay sober. Spoiler, this guy's in Connecticut. You in Connecticut, Cricket, or I'm in Connecticut? I'm not in Connecticut, I'm in East Tennessee. September 28th to the 3rd, I'm coming down, Red. Come on, Jimmy. That's around my birthday. Scott Babbitt, not yet. Joe's in here, and I'm telling you, he has been working his butt off on this car as well. It blows my mind. It's almost like a brand new one. Something went down the back of my britch. I got an ant crawling around back there. Bug of some type. It wasn't an ant. Little beetle thing. Heck yeah, Chaos. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Okie Gamer. How you doing out there in Oklahoma? What's this live about? Lunar 6KO, this live is about living the Appalachian life. That good life in the mountain. Actually, it ain't about nothing. Whatever it is we decide to talk about. Sometimes we chug things, we hang out in beautiful places, and we talk about awesome things with awesome people. A community of positivity is what I'd like to say. Peter with the stay hydrated, meaning I should probably stay hydrated. Listen, I just did a full beer stick of a garage beer with apple juice because I needed a bush apple fix, and it was good, but it wasn't a bush apple. That's what I'll say. Thank you. Saving the Mad Mage. Family in Evansville. Hold on, I'm behind, guys. I'm sorry. I'm from the Netherlands. Nice, Sleb. Come on over. We'll swap up. I'll go visit your place. You visit mine. How about it? We're to make a TV show about that. Hudson, New York right now. Florida, I'm coming back. Wait, you're living in Hudson, New York, but you're going back to Florida, Peter? Nice. What is that over yonder? Oh, it's a rapid. That is a rapid. I can actually... Y'all want to go see it? Hold on, I'm kind of up in the trees here, as you can tell. These rocks are slick, son. Slicker than old Minner's Pecker. Look here. No problem, Lunar. Found you. Glad you found the place. This is the greatest positive chat ever. That's just what this is. This here is. It is. We have a good time. Almond, Brown County, Ohio. Smash that like button, guys, and subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Scott, I used to have a 1976 Jaguar XJ6. Nice, with the wooden dash. I bet that's pretty. Those are super sexy. What are your thoughts on the Big Bang Theory? Well, I think that Penny is way too hot for Leonard, and you was talking about like the Big Bang Theory, the theory of the existence of our existence and our universe and planet. I think there's some definite evidence to support such. I mean, you do have also the isolation theory. We just haven't seen the return, which is kind of like saying it blows up and then comes back in. But as far as regular Big Bang Theory, we do know through spectroscope that as things move away from us, they're more, blue in color or red in color in the light. But anyway, we know our universe is expanding currently. So for it to be expanding and at the same rate on the exterior all the way around, as far as we know, from what we can see, that would the Big Bang Theory would have an explanation to say that it all started in the middle, somewhere, right? An infinitely small point of all the mass in the universe, which is kind of hard to wrap your brain around. For me, anyway. But also, Penny is way too hot for Leonard. Can I chug with a beer stick? Evan, if I can open my gullet, Barry from Scotland. Hold on. Yes, absolutely. And it'll help you do it a little bit faster. You're saying, can you chug with the beer stick even if you can't open your throat and let her go? Yeah, actually, it's going to help you push against that valve so you can learn where it's at and to drink a little faster. Come down, go bass fishing. I love your universe knowledge. Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know where it come from. I think when I was a kid, so this is wild and it's going to sound a bit like a story, but when I was little, I literally used to I didn't know what it was called till later on in life, and I talked with them like some hippie chicks and all this other stuff in Hawaii, but from what I can gather, I used to astral project a lot when I was a kid. I can remember waking up from dreams. I'd climb up on my dresser, I'd lift my legs up, and I could float around anywhere in my whole little town and in my building, and I could always see people, what they were doing, sleeping, and stuff like that. I always assumed it was dreams while I was younger and never really paid no mind to it, but later on in life, I realized I was probably astral projecting, and I think maybe at some point when you do that, you might gather knowledge that you didn't know was there. Because I know about a bunch of stuff that I don't know where I picked it up at. Not no Bigfoot out here, Shaggy. Let's Joe! I agree about Penny, LOL. A Fortnite character. I know. Wait, was he wearing like a robe and such? Look, I would love... Do you know how awesome it would be to be a Fortnite character? That would be like the pinnacle achievement of my entire entertainment career. It would be awesome. But I'd need me one of them. I need a big, just a wooden stick with a mason jar on the end for my hammer, for my pickaxe, you know. But you get a whole get up. The hat as an accessory for other characters. I don't know. I think it'd be good. Tomorrow, everyone, is a big day for Red. Hope he streams opening of thy box. I will. We'll do it right down here. Well, thank you, Chaos. I do try. The river looks a little feisty today. It's a lot feisty. Just Dreams, a strong DMT release. Well, I know about that too, because I've had very strong DMT release, but I think when I was a kid, it may have been more overactive than most other people's. But yeah, literally felt like I could travel different places in my little city, outside of the state. I would just go around at night. It was cool. Make a looky red shine. Hey, we do it. I got a raspberry ODV. Red and Joe is definitely going to be a great Sunday afternoon. You ain't kidding, J-Stick. It's going to be a good one because you're here too, brother. Appreciate you. The Grange. You mean LaGrange? As in, or not? Bachelor Brad. Don't do bad drugs, kids. Correct. Thank you. It's Meek. I would too. I would buy my own skin on that one right there. Like, I don't even watch the television shows I've been on. I don't know why, because I just don't watch TV. I've seen clips and such like that, but if it come down to a Fortnite skin, I'd definitely purchase my own skin. That sounded weird too. The human mind is capable of things that people can't even fathom. The potential is never ending. I know, and what could be technology or natural devices often be confused with dreams or even magic just because of our lack of understanding. To think about it, technology a million years past ours would have to seem like magic because we wouldn't have the capability to know how to arrive at that point, you know what I mean? So it seems like, and I think that's why a lot of like ancient peoples who've seen potentially ancient astronauts use certain technologies had certain stories about like fire-breathing weapons and such like that. But I digress. Back to the comments. MMFWCL. I don't know what that means. Hot Punk Dummy Bear. I don't know. How's the family? They're doing good, Chaos. Thank you. Would I pick Fortnite over being pictured on a Red Bull can? Yes, all day and every day, Bipolar Bear. And it's good to see you in the chat. Watching from Scotland. What's up, Tiamo? Good to see you back in the chat. I love it when my Scotland crowd arrives. It's like my favorite. ZZ Top making a comeback, I wish. And Itchy Fingers in here too. We got all the people. Sweet. I can't tell you that, itchy fingers. Let's see, where in America are you from? See, I'm from East Tennessee. So the Gatlinburg area, more like the Smoky Mountain area of Appalachia. Can't show you what I'm hiding in the beard. Those are the sunglasses from Almost Famous, the movie. That, incidentally, is also my life story. Almost Famous. That's me. Glad you're doing good, just Jamie. Wait, how nice are you? Wait, I'm super nice. As nice as that could be. I'm an individual who loves first, and I mean, you really have to do a lot to piss me off. I'm just that kind of person. So I'm really nice, I guess. Everyone has their own gauge for such things, but down in the shed, I can't wait to see it, brother. Love Jaguars. I know, I've always thought the same, Scott. I've always thought the same. This the Little Pigeon River. Get the jars out. Let's see, it's my best shine mead. Mead Bucky credits named after you. Oh, that would be amazing. I love it. Listen, I've spent a big portion of my life trying to teach people about distillation and such like that. So anything like that's an honor for me. Red Fortnite skin would be pretty wild. It would be. It is, and right now, guys, it is just raging. It's beautiful out there today. King Julian, what's going on? I like to move it, move it. That's what I think of. I got kids, sorry. Hey, brother, I live in North Carolina at the foot of the mountain. Nice, Tank. I was just in North Carolina yesterday. Chris Quarles. Well, that's a rough one to say fast right there. Yeah, I'm right by the road, too, because I tell you, it's so high. There ain't really no real estate on the banks. I'm like, the road is probably 20 feet that way. Every now and then y'all hear a car coming by. That's right. I don't really chug. The beard works like an industrial sponge. There's an actual hole in here from an incident back in the 80s. Thank you, Jimmy Skunk. I appreciate you. We'll drink us one here in a minute. Millennium Fun Station. Do you love people of all colors or only those? I love people of all colors. I think variety is the spice of life. And I'll tell you another thing. You'll never understand who you are unless you figure out who you aren't. And by figuring out... the only way to figure out who you aren't, something's floating in the back of my throat, is to hang out with people who aren't you or like you. And in my travels, I have found that to be one of the most rewarding things as far as like, I'm about to get a drink. Something flew back in there and hung on to my little hangly-dangly. Lord have mercy. But no, I love all people. It's against the law. Food in your home. What? To shoot an intruder bear looking for food in your home. Game warden says lock yourself in a room and call them. Not around here. Around here you are able to protect yours, your food, your family, and your lifestyle from any critters. If a bear comes in your home, you are more than welcome to eliminate said bite. Most of the time that's not going to happen though, not while you're there. They're usually not that bold. It has happened though. Nice. Nice channel, cat. Thank you, King Julian. I appreciate you. Peter, you ever come out this way, man? Popcorn Sutton Country. You ain't kidding. Don't say kids watch Madagascar with fun. Hey, what can I say? I also like to move it, move it. Anyway, actually, that was actually a fun movie. Plus, I'm fascinated by Madagascar. So the geographic isolation of the mountain and also being a portion of Australia with also a huge amount of geographic isolation for the fauna species that are there, i.e. the marsupials and the niches that they filled. Madagascar is even wilder with their lemurs and all that other stuff. So I'm absolutely fascinated by Madagascar in general too. So I've been to a Bigfoot convention. I know, something went in there, buddy. It got hung up. I was worried. I was like, I'm gonna have to drink my Bad Apple energy drink, and I ain't got. Do we beer stick it or are we shotgunning this thing, chat? What's up? Let me get up back to the beginning of the chat because I'm way behind. Mr. Red is from the amazing show Big Brother. Best player ever, actually. I don't know about that. I don't want. Actually, that's not the case. Some really good players have come through there, even better players than winners. It doesn't always take being the best player to be the winner in Big Brother, is what I'll say. But I did play a game that was true to myself that I was proud of, is what I'll say. I was on Moonshiners too. Yep. Shotgun, beer stick, shotgun for sure. Beer stick for my name. Beer stick for the J stick. Beer stick for the win. Beer stick. Is that what we're doing? We beer sticking this? Oh my gosh, we already got 502 little Jimmy Jewels. Shoot, yeah. Is it hurt where you thumb shot? I've been on Jerry Springer as well, Mitch Smith. How'd you know? Oh yeah, I may have told y'all, but I have, yeah. I've been on television a few times. Beer stick at mug. And this a big boy, this is a 16 ounce now. My next Red Bull, I'm gonna try to pop a hole in it and just swallow it. Do it. Start with the little ones. I'm the Mitch in Kentucky. What's up, Mitch? All right, she's forgot I love these. Oh, it smells so good. I ain't had a Bad Apple Monster in a while. I'm more of a Red Bull guy because I like the kick, the effect. But as far as a really good flavor, something I could just crack the top on and drink when it's ice cold to cool down and be refreshed, Bad Apples are fire. They really are. Red on Springer, that had to be a good one. It was fun. Live chug, let's go. Been a minute. It has, Mitch, man, it's good to see you. I've been volunteer and Bristol Speedway up your way. Love the Great Smokers. You can't go wrong, DJ. You can't go wrong. I already got a belly full. Let's go, Brandon with the gold coin. That means, and Peter is saying I stay hydrated, which means I got to stay hydrated. Cheers. Sometimes my mustache gets caught up in there and I can't create a good seal. But man, that's tasty. I hate that. I gotta go. Like, put it in the beer stick. No. Mustache maintenance. Watcher from New Orleans. What's up, Craig? Have you ever pushed it up your nose with the stash? Yes, sort of, but not all the way up there, but just to where it like splashed up, like it squirted up that way instead. Not like up my nose. But it happens. Insta-wired. I wish. Honestly, energy drinks is about like everything else for me. It takes a very high level of caffeine for me to really notice that I've done anything, just like anything else. How long did it take you to learn that stick? Was it in a one and done thing or a few tries? So for me, it was a one and done because I had already. All right, I'll tell you a little bit of a story. So I used to be fascinated with like burping, loudest burps. You know, in school, everybody was like, burps are cool, right? So I figured out ways to swallow air too. That's another thing that helped me with my chugging. I just would substitute the air with liquid. That's kind of how I learned to drink fast, sort of. But I would swallow air and burp. Well, one time I was like, man, I wonder if I can like pump air into my stomach. And don't try this at home, kids. I mean that. But I took a bicycle pump, I put it in my mouth, and I pushed down on the thing, and I could push a small volume of air in my stomach. Then eventually I learned how to pump up my stomach with the bicycle pump, which helped me realize where those valves were and then how to let the air back out and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't recommend you try that at home at all. It was just me being dumb as a kid. But that's kind of how I knew when the beer stick come out that I was going to kill it. So, beer stick, when they sent me my first beer stick, the nozzle on it has a major restrictor. 2 itty bitty holes with a little bitty nozzle. And I popped that thing out, and I forgot to lube it up, so it didn't work so well. So maybe it wasn't one and done. It took me a couple of tries, but mostly just the learning curve of learning the beer stick itself. Big Ben from Fayetteville. What's up, Benjamin Singletary? It's good to see you. Show you what you can do with your beard. I can do lots of stuff with my beard. Red, I just got back my DNA testing done. That came back that it's literally in my DNA that it takes a lot of caffeine to affect me. And then mine too, on my 23andMe, same. I metabolize it very quickly. High technology belches, that's right. What's poppin', Red? How you doing today? James, I'm doing great, man. Oh, did you, huh? That's hard to read. Hello, brother. Hi, let's see. How you keeping a great day? From Ireland. What's up, Damien? Good to see you. I got them in from all over, across the pond. I thought 23andMe went out of business. I don't think so. I still got mine, and I got an account with them. I just got mine here right before Christmas. God bless America. Hey, Yumi, how you doing? Knew he was brother, but seriously. I always wondered why I could drink so much coffee and drinks and it never gave me the energy, really. Yeah, everybody's different. So I actually have what's called the super athlete gene. I've got the long breath hold genes. I got really big lungs, which is why I did so well as a diver in the Army. I've got some really unique genes. They told me that my genetic makeup in the thing there was less than 1% of the population. Pretty cool. 96 already, 840 in Arizona. Looks nicer than your spot. Oh, looks nicer in your spot. Oh, yeah. We got a little bit of the fog coming down the mountain there because it's starting to warm up for the day. The river is up. Like, it is swole plumb up today. Lee John, we don't do dynamite fish, not here anyway. This is the national forest. You don't want to get caught with that over here. Thank you, Ayumi. I appreciate you. Diver. How many you logged? Jays, I never made it to officially being logged. I mean, I did a bunch of training dives, but before I ever started logging anything, everything was done in training with the military. Then I broke my right femoral diaphragm and that kind of thing. But I could hold my breath for over 4 minutes when I was in. But outside of it, I've never dived outside of a military environment or outside of the tanks in Panama City. Not only unique genes, but unique overalls as well. That's correct. That is correct. You have the best scenes for the lives, Red. It's so beautiful. I'm telling you, I love it. I got a good eye for that kind of thing. Really, all I do is I'm like, man, that's pretty. I bet they like it. And then I just turn on the camera. Respect and love from Cali. What's up, GD? How you doing? Learned something new about you. Thanks for your service. I thank you for your support. It was years and years and years ago. Yeah, what's your 23andMe story? Shoot, Red. Yeah, what's your 23andMe story, James? I ain't getting in anything I can't touch the bottom of. My head be out. Too many bad experiences. I hear that. That's why I kind of went as a diver in the Army, because I had a bit of fear of deep water and such like that when I was a kid. I always swam in creeks and rivers, so it really wasn't. I just never liked to be with it over my head, you know. And because of that, that's why I ended up taking the diving position. They offered me about any job I wanted in the military. I got a 96 on my ASVAB and all that, so they literally listed. He said, just point to one, whatever you want, you can do it. This guy's straight out of Looney Tunes. Ooh, they murdered humans. You mean like Yosemite Sam? Thank you, Savage Squad. Favorite color? Mine's red. melancholy. That's funny. Like melancholy, but okay, I get it. My favorite color probably green. I love green. Not only like money, herb, just the color. I love it when everything greens up in the summertime and the spring. Like this is my favorite time of year. Gingers just look good in green. I don't wear it enough. 4-minute free dive. You should do some pleasure diving. That beard looked good underwater. It really does look cool underwater, Jays. So I've done some other stuff, you know, filming with GoPro and stuff like that. We went like snorkeling, a little scuba diving and such like that, but nothing like what I did when I was in the Army. Nothing like just recreational stuff like on reefs. Thank you, Ayumi. I appreciate you. Did I dive when I lived on Turkey Creek? No. Not really. I mean, I dived that area down there, and then I got messed up in a whole big bunch of spoonbill catfish down there where the Laurel comes out. But that was on the Big South Fork. Have a good day, Matter Daddy. What's going on? What's your favorite color? Mine is red. Oh, we already been there. Your beard reminds me of, Santa Claus. Got a good vibe going. I do feel jolly with a beard, I think. But I also don't know because I ain't not had a beard in a while. So being underwater and out of your natural element, I would imagine naturally you make you have a fear of that type of activity. Yeah, I mean, it took a minute to get over. Once you realize that there's actually a lot of more peace down there and calm, so I found myself in like tenser situations, dangerous situations, feeling more calm. That's why I love whitewater boating. So going over something like that and then tipping over that hole right there, that big nasty hole. Y'all can't see it from where y'all are at because you're on the backside of it. That's a keeper hole. You go over it and you don't know what you're doing, it can ruin your day. It really can. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up, hold up, hold up. The Dabbin! What's up, man? Oh my God. With the 50 spot. Let's go. Wow. That took me by surprise. The rootinest, tootinest hillbilly. Every time it happens like that, as soon as I get like something going on like that, then they want to shut my live down. Do reading, it says. Alter Ego, how you doing? I see you. Partial to pink. I hear you, Sal. Wait. I have the best resemblance of Pancho Villa. I don't know that that's true. Yosemite Sam or the Tasmanian. I love that. So my granddaddy was a big fan of the Tasmanian Devil. A lot of people had them back off mud flaps on their Jeep and all that. My granddaddy had the back off Tasmanian Devil, floor mats, steering wheel cover in his Jeep. He liked that them old Willys Jeeps. Oh man, I forgot what I was saying. I've been working on controlling my country accent. Any tips? Honestly, Yumi, I don't even know how I do mine. You mean like trying to stop your country accent, or you trying to have more of a country accent? All you got to do is watch my lives. You'll pick it up pretty quick. I know if you're anything like me, if I go someplace where there's a lot of people speaking like a different language or a different accent, like if you go to the Caribbean, I come out talking like a Caribbean, I can't help it. And like I shift that way. Or if I get around a bunch of Hispanic folks, I get a bit Hispanic. Anywhere, people from England, whatever, it's just naturally. And it's part of my echolalia. Like, hard for me to stop. I wish I was in them smoked up mountains right now. Lord and Dad, it is beautiful. The temperature's perfect. I'm telling you, 75 degrees. I got like 40 ounces of liquid in my belly right now. I hiccup. Randy Jones, thank you for the thumbs up, Randy. I appreciate it. $50, that's crazy, bro. Thank you so much. J-Stick, take care, brother. Get that yard work done. I found gold before, Joseph, yeah. Billy Mack from the Liverpool, United Kingdom. How's it going? Dabbing with Pancho Villa, that would be awesome. Any gold? They are gold in that water behind me. Oh, okay, Oklahoma. You get in touch with the woman. Okay, now we're back on the 23andMe. Drinking a double shot of espresso, Black Rifle coffee. Nice. There's literally people got down here and put their tubes in the water like a bunch of dummies. This is not the day for that. That's a good way to get hurt. Oh boy. Thank you, Davin. Appreciate you. Okay. Wanted did the 23andMe thing for DNA matches my second cousin. She is my sister. So I got in touch with Jen, and she is my sister. My mom had two other girls that she gave up for adoption. That's awesome. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? I do it all the time. Usually talk English, and man, Red, that bit me right in the ass one day while I was working. I guarantee it does me sometimes too, because like especially I don't listen. I don't think it's racist at all to emulate other accents. Some people will say, no, you're doing this. I'm not making fun. I'm actually fascinated. Emulation and imitation is the highest form of flattery. You know what I mean? But yeah, it can definitely leave you feeling a little weird. That is wild, James. Jamie Dolan, how you doing, honey? Oh, Red, happy Sunday, and Hydro Bree in the chat. Dang. I did. Let's see. Adoption had never told us about it, so I found out I have a sister, and we still haven't found the other girl she gave it for adoption. But how crazy is that? That is amazing. That's awesome stuff. And that's the beauty of like interconnected. I know there's a lot of people and a lot of conspiracy theorists that are like, oh, if they get your DNA, they're gonna do something nefarious. You know what I mean? Well, I'll be honest with you. That's like saying I don't want my picture taken in public. It's everywhere. They've already got pretty much any information they need off of you. Whether you give them permission or not, they're going to get it. So I don't think it's one of them things that really makes that much of a difference. I really don't. That is freaking cool. Scott Leemore, Naval Air Station, Navy. Get that necklace like you got. Oh, my Chotty. Oh, I took it off last night and I forgot to put it back on this morning. ChottyNecklace.com. I need to put up a link. I do have a link that I can put on here. I didn't realize that they weren't on the TikTok shop, but I'm going to get you guys a way to y'all can give them because those are really cool. They look good too. Up in the water. No, it's dangerous today. I mean, I'd be fine. Like right here, it's a flushing area. It's kind of it's a deeper channel right here, and I could come out up there. I don't want to. I know it well enough. I know, they might clone me. Oh well. Thank you. The great Kunholio. I appreciate that. Noob Nation. Thank you. I washed it today. Actually, I wash it every day if I'm being honest. Dallas Way, crazy cool bean. Totally blows your mind when you're all alone, family-wise, and now you got a sister. I bet that is, especially for those circumstances, especially if it's, you're already, you're by yourself, you didn't know you had other family, and then all of a sudden you got family. That's icing on the cake is what I call that right there. To the admins, nice catch. I got the twin granddaughters today. They turned 15 last week. Nice. Wow. Time flies, man. That Hillbilly Jam looked like a real good time. I like the saddle and on the hood of the ride with the horns. Good stuff, brother. Oh, Billy must have posted stuff. We had a ball. Let me tell y'all what, guys. I love the Hillbilly Jam. I got a lot of fans there. This year we had a huge turnout. It was like 20,000 plus people. From the time I walked in the gate, it took me 4 hours just to walk the short length of the gravel, which was in the front. Hard to explain to you guys if you ain't never been. But yeah, I mean, I signed autographs and jugs, not those kind of moonshine jugs. Well, no, those kind too. But about 7 hours straight. I mean, I wore out a couple Sharpies. I'll tell you that. It was awesome. I love it. To go up there and we get to interact and hang out with fans, friends, family. The Hillbilly Jam is one of them things you'll come up there a fan and you'll leave family. It's crazy. Hold on. Your cousin of Yosemite Sam? Yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, it was a great time. The world could use another kind person like you. Thank you, Chaos. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah. There's one right there. Let's go! I'm telling you. Have a few for me, brother. We probably won't be doing much drinking today. We're just hanging out, down here. I mean, I got a beer hidden over here, probably in my backpack. We might do before the live stream's over. We'll see. So Janet's adoption family is so huge, and of course they look at me as family now, and the holidays are back to being amazing. That's awesome. Couldn't friggin' believe it. No, totally blew me away. That's amazing. I love to hear that kind of thing. That's the kind of shit that should be in the news, James. You know, wild man of the woods, Captain Caveman. Yeah. Papa Jake, let's see. Explain me this. How's the water constantly flow like that in the mountains? What do you mean? So the volume of water that's coming is coming out of the mountain because of elevation. So it falls higher up. All of those channels kind of flood into one channel. Small tributary streams and stuff like that. Because of the elevation and the amount of rain that we get here, which is over 85 rain a year because we're in a deciduous rainforest, it'll go to summer pool fairly quickly because the trees drink about 750 gallons of water a day, and there's thousands of them. I mean, millions of them, right along the edges. So it goes down pretty quickly, but it's always flowing because the groundwater from up high in the mountains and all that, plus when the rain falls, it just adds to that, and that keeps going. I hope that helped. Been like 9 in Minnesota. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a hot day. Lori, how you doing? Appreciate you, Red, for letting me share this. Thank you, down for the comment. No, thank you for sharing it, James. That's amazing. Listen, that's what this live chat is for. Coming in here and sharing uplifting stories of positivity. That's picture perfect. What belongs right here in a Chillbilly Red live. I'm telling you. Thank you. What's up, Stephanie Jenkins? How you doing, honey? Thank you, Troy Woods, for the gold coin. We've got a few different pictures in there today. I like seeing them different pictures now. Papa Jake, no worries. Tyrone, how you doing, man? Stay safe out there. Oh, I am. I'm on the edge of the bank. I'm like, I ain't getting in that mess. I mean, it's nasty out there. That's a nasty hole. Right in through right there. You wouldn't want to get caught in there. Want to get back to Gatlinburg for the leaves changing colors? It's a beautiful time of year to be here. 1st of November. Everybody's always like, I want to get there in October for the leaf change. It doesn't hit peak until the 1st of November. And that depends on the weather a little bit. Always love to be a part of your life. Always love to have you here, Chaos. Noodling. Today? No. I have been, though. I have been. Today ain't a good day for fishing. She's up and angry. Like, I'm over here. I'm like 10 feet, 15 feet from the road over here. I agree, Ganja. Yeah, all those natural things, 100%. They are medicines. And, I mean, if used properly, for sure. Water cycles are awesome. There are wetlands at the base of Mount Shasta because the snow melts and drains underground and springs up the base. I've always wanted to go to Mount Shasta. A lot of UAP activity, paranormal activity, such like that. They actually think Mount Shasta is an energy, it takes in energy from the earth, like it's a heavy energy sucker. But a lot of cool things go on there. You know your stuff, Ganja. I couldn't have said it better myself. Holy medicines have medicinal alkaloids, terpenes, and flavonoids, polyphenols, and DNA, and microbes, and more yet to be discovered within them that bind to our natural receptors, benefiting our health. Absolutely. We've evolved alongside of these chemicals, toxins, as they would have them labeled, and all that, and as humans have been using them for thousands of years. And they evolved those things. So everything that has life in it, you got to think we share our DNA with everything on the planet. DNA is in everything. That tree, that spider, that little bug. I mean, the difference between you and a goldfish is only about 7% in DNA. So, yeah, I mean, we're built of the same cells, the same molecules and all that. So the things that are around us, it would make sense that those things have benefits for us on a certain level, for certain ailments and such like that. Now, the trick is figuring out how to use them safely and appropriately in the right environments. That thing. Thank you for the info, Gondor. Yeah, we get lightning bugs up here. Baking and waking. Who hasn't? You know what I mean? Who hasn't? Oh yeah, the information we've been passed down and that's been given to us is obviously one-sided, and there's definitely an agenda. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. What's up, Ernest Taylor? How you doing? Been to Gatlinburg. Really wanted to meet you, but couldn't find you around. Ain't no telling where I was at. Hello from Lake Shasta. What's up, Dennis? Howdy do from Michigan to you. Thank you, lovely Linda. I sure appreciate you. Do I believe in cryptids in the surrounding area? Cryptids, as in multiple. I think around this area we have things. There's a lot of lore about Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever. At nighttime, there's a lot of lore in the woods, just in Appalachian itself. You got to think this is the oldest mountain chain on the planet. You know, and there could be energies that exist here through like a lot of quartz, right? So quartz stores a lot of energy, and I think the older the area, the more energy that it's been exposed to. So I think in Appalachia, there's definitely some different energies about in certain areas in different parts of the woods. So there's a lot of superstition that's involved, like don't whistle in the woods at night if you hear your name being called, stuff like that. It's an older area, you know, there's been a lot of bloodshed, there's been a lot of incidents, and it's all isolated, you know, stuff that just because people don't know about it don't mean it didn't happen kind of thing, you know. Beautiful Mount Shasta, Lake Shasta is a lot of fun. I'm way behind. 70s chick, DNA, eyes, organs, skin to hold it all together. All common to each living thing. Humans are not better than any other creature on this rock. I would agree. We do. Mostly head on. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. The trees are peeing in the river. Well, mostly they drink in the river, to be honest with you. Love you, Red. Gotta run. Thank you, Jamie. Take care, honey. Dennis Ray, howdy. Love Lake Shasta. I've got to get up on it. I've heard great things. No, I didn't. What? Shotgun something, team blunt smoking. I'd rather get into that, but Jones Valley area. I reckon I've ever heard of it. Plants, animals, and fungi are human rights, not drugs. That is correct. I'm of the same mind. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the super thanks, the gems, 105 likes, 48 people in the chat. Y'all are awesome. I got this little yeller jacket, son. He wanting to be my buddy. He's all over. Look at him. They sting too. And they bite. That's the problem. They bite. Don't get and clench my fingers. Jeez Louise. Later, Hydro Breed. Appreciate you stopping by. You ever make moonshine by this river? No. Love you, human. Thank you, Ray's Place. Call me Red. Emily Kinnistel. This is not okay. What is not okay, Emily? That was the Hillbilly Jam. Donnie, it was awesome. Every damn time I ask how you're doing, you never answer. I didn't see it, Jim Britt. I haven't seen it. I'm missing a lot because I get a lot of comments. I get behind on my stuff. But let me tell you, I'm finding a frog hair split for ways on a Friday, hung up like a hair in a biscuit. If I send it around, I'll be a twin. As a matter of fact, to get the feeling so good about how I can feel, gonna put a hand in the pocket to keep clapping about it. I'm glad you asked. I hate that I didn't see it though. You hear banjos just watching this video? Heck yeah. You might want to get that checked out though. So that could be signs of schizophrenia, because there are no banjos around here, and those may be artificial. Just a thought. I mean, if banjos are pleasant, I say let them rock, let them roll. You know what I'm saying? Because of banjos, but that's just me. Sometimes flies fly and stuff. That's true. They will bite a chunk at it. They were the other day. It was eating. I got a cut on the back of my heel, and that little sucker was pulling plugs of my skin out. Mel's Hole in Ellenburg, Washington. I'd have to check it out. You can absolutely call me friend Chaos. Absolutely. I bet the lake is perfect right now. We got a bunch of it. Come a frog strangling gully washer last night. So look at it. That is not normally a crazy rapid. Thank you, Tycho. Good to see you back in the chat. Pluck, pluckety, pluck, 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 ping. My man, Riz. Always a good time watching your lives. Thank you, Ben-Hur. I appreciate you. Good to see you back. I think I dropped a little Ben-Hur fact last time that we were in here. That Ben-Hur, when it was filmed, the original movie about the chariot races, there was actually a guy that died on set whilst filming the thing, and they just kept it in. It's in the movie. Yep, they hit you in the head with a banjo. They did not. I got dropped on my head like everybody else as a kid. Why would you want to waste a banjo? You might put it out of tune like that. Brian Mines. Good job. Good for you. Feel better? Are you a swingers? Am I a swingers? Like plural? I'm just a one. I'm a me. But no, I ain't a swinger. Ain't nothing against the Pineapple Club, though. It is very interesting. The government took it over and the man who owned it just disappeared. Ah, it's supposed to be a bottomless hole. That is interesting. Flauticus, bro, from the backwoods of my southern area, where we mud ride and let racism slide. Miss the good days, people now suck. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. I'd love to go fishing with you at that river. Not today wouldn't be. It'd still be a good day fishing. We'd have us a good time. But it wouldn't be a good day catching. Let's put it that way. And it will put you to sleep. Well, yeah. No, I'm not in Townsend. I'm outside of Gatlinburg. So off of 321, if you're coming out of Gatlinburg and you head to the right, instead of going to the left toward Pigeon Forge, and you keep heading out that direction, once you head out of town, just a short piece outside of town is a Greenbrier section of the Smoky Mountain National Forest. And that's where I'm at. Just off the side of the road. Always good to see you too, Gunfighter. Brian Mines, you ever fought hillbilly style? Well, I am a hillbilly, and I mean, everybody farts, so probably, I would guess. Yeah, no swinger. Damn, an entire spool. I would love to go check something out like that. That'd be awesome. Put a GoPro on, you know what I mean? See how far it is down there. That'd be awesome. To come in a gully washer. I call him a frog strangling gully washer, by God, because even a frog wouldn't make it. Yeah, but hey, spoken in silence. So good to see you in the chat. We've had a lit day today. It has been absolutely awesome. Lots of good conversations. There's no life like river life. Shout out to River Rat. What's going on? Northeastern Heck here, bud. What's up, Darren? Hey, down in the shed. Let's Joe with the $10 super thanks. I went out to the pit yesterday. The water's perfect at Shasta. Where in America are you, Red? From Edinburgh, Scotland. Te amo, I'm in East Tennessee, more specifically the Gatlinburg area. Smoky Mountain National Forest. I thought he was the wood chipper guy for a second. Nope, not me. Winter Phoenix 4844. Do you hate Aloha? I don't know who that is. You ever had a dream that you could do, you would, you want to do so much you could do anything? Huh? That hurt my brain. How's it, Red? Nice to see you from South Africa. What's up, Jaco? Good to see you back in the chat. River fishing is probably my favorite type of fishing. Throwing hollow body frogs on most moss patches. That's fun too. And you get them up on the edge. Just that action. And largemouth, the way they do it, it's pretty cool. What's up, Red? In the villages in Florida is the pineapple capital down here. I guarantee it. I've seen a lot of it, and I've lived that life before with my ex-wife, but no, it ain't really my thing. Too complicated. On any given day, what is the ratio of those you let pass versus those who shall not pass? I ain't hit that stage in my life yet, so I'm pre-Gandalf the Grey. Right, I'm Gandalf the Red. So this is 200 years before that scene in Middle-earth. Right now, you're watching the prequel. Dennis Ray, that's awesome. I used to head all the way up to the pit, the spillway. I'm going to have to get up that way. Thank you for sharing. Shout out from Arizona. Hold on. What do you look like without a beard? Well, a person. Weird. I don't know how to show a picture on here, and I pull up my military picture. There's not really a big variety of catfish here. I've never caught a catfish right here on this section of the river. Not one time. Forest City, North Carolina. Now, the pet fish out swimming right now. King Trump, so why do you sound like that? Why do I sound like what? Is my audio bad? Day 10 of asking for a beer stick full of Jepson's Malort. I ain't never been able to find it, Manable Lecter. I even up here at the liquor store, I ain't been able to find Malort. I wonder what it tastes like. I see other people doing it from Southeast Georgia. What's up, Dr. Wang? Hey, recruit, shave that beard. You're not SFLO. I had to. No, you're good. Not happening. Can't do it. Sorry, Sarge, but I might know. Now, when I got out, man, so when I shave, it breaks my face out so bad. I hated shaving. I don't know what it is. I get them razor bumps underneath here. My skin just gets broke out. I hate it. What brand should I serve in? Little Linda, I was in the Army 20 plus years ago. Brother, I can tell you from experience that it's absolutely foul. What kind of flavor base is it? Yeah, Jepson's Malort. Look, ZZ Top. Now, I'm ZZ Flop. Red, do you think the elevation is too high for catfish? Often when there are trout, there aren't catfish. That could be a thing. Have ye another? I'll have to do it. I'll have to do it. Only problem is I got a little bit of a family right over here, so we're going to have to be slick about it. We're going to have to be slick about it. Mr. Waffen X. It's a disgrace now. What's that? Thank you for service. Thank you, Lynn. I haven't shaved since 18. I'm 40 now. About the same. Thank you for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. Listen, it was the best thing I've ever done with my life. I needed that guidance, that structure. I thought when I went in there, I'm going to have trouble with these people yelling at me and all this other stuff. But once you get in there, it ain't so bad, and you realize they're just trying to shape you up. You know what I mean? It wasn't bad. And it may be the elevation. I don't really know. I don't know if other people have caught catfish in here. But I never have. Grapefruit juice. Oh, God. That does sound bad. Like really bad. What's weird is you said grapefruit juice, and I smelled grapefruit all of a sudden. Well, it made the whole family that's down here on the rock or something. Forest City. Yeah. I'm debating getting out or staying. I know you'll understand, Red. So many brothers in arms that are on here. Yeah, man, it's a tough one. Honestly, when they put me out with a medical 40, honorable med 40 discharge, but the problem was I had a load-bearing injury, and in my MOS, I was no longer useful. So they wanted to give me a desk job, and I'll be damned. That ain't happening. other plans for me. I grew up in the court with my father and loved it. Nice. It is a great day for raviolis. That may be what we do when I get back to the house. Oh, God. I hope y'all can swim. Jeez Louise, these people. Nectar of the gods. Nice. Little Jackie D. Yep, I'm fighting my keyboard today. All right. I wonder what's going on with you there, Joe. Phantom Senses. It's weird. That kind of another whiff of it. Maybe somebody's wearing like grape perfume or something. Mountain water saves the day. The sun is trying to peek out. Thank you, Lunar Ice Shade. Good to see you in the chat. This river moving like it is here in Kentucky. Phenomenal rips. It is crazy over here. What's up, Billy the Coop? 101 degrees. That's a good temperature for Jackie D. I tell you that right now. Y'all can't even get a good light. I mean, that over there, you can see. Where's my finger? That hole right there, that's a muncher. It's way, whoa. I wasn't ready for my close-up. It's not far from my property at all, Chris. Not far at all. But it is a moving on. Thank you guys for all the love. We got 126 likes. That's crazy. We ain't even had that many people in here. I'm gonna drink one here in a minute just as soon as I get over the rock level. Problem is now you got all the whole families around here and there ain't really no place the fellas can go pee now. Suppose I could get in the water, but I'm in my long britches. Hey, I live in Australia and love your video. Watching the video of yours and the beer stick and the positive attitude helps me. Hey, that's awesome, Jessica. That's literally what I do this for. Thank you, honey. The big letters make it easy for me to read. I hear you, I do. Hey, it makes it easier for me to read too. Smoky Mountain, way to put Mr. Raider in your video. Oh, you mean JB? JB's a good buddy of mine. I didn't even make that video, so that was just Billy filming me yesterday as we went around the Hilly Jam. I didn't have, my phone died, so that was Billy's phone. So I didn't even know that video existed until y'all started talking about it. That'd be cool, Brandon. Doing a rap. I got a dunk tank that I've been wanting to rap. I don't know how hard it is, though. We're going to go live when we ride horses in November. Yeah, we will. We'll run it. Well, depending on where we're at. But yeah, if we got a place where we can do it, we sure will. That's me, Joey. Hog hunting and gator hunting. That's what I'm talking about, Dr. Wayne. Now you're talking my language. I always type in big letters. All my lives in capitals. It does help a lot. I know. I can't wait to try it out. I'll have to get everything swapped over to it and all that, and then hopefully it has a good enough service around here. Rapping for 12 years. Nice. It's the Little Pigeon River, Kevin. The Hillbilly Jam looked like a great time. It was a ball. And that was just a short clip. I literally, my phone was dead, so I didn't have time to shoot any videos, but there was 20,000 people there. I have grabbed the gator. Ayana, good to see you back, friend. I drank another one, though, but I ain't got no place where I can go over here and pee. And I'm about to bust for it. Positivity is so instrumental. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. That's what it's all about. Listen, I have found that as long as I'm smiling, other people around me tend to smile. Like jump on its back, punch my head. Well, no. I tell you, the first time I ever jumped on one, I was a big Steve Irwin enthusiast. If Virtual Riptarian was in here, he'd probably get on me for it. But well, it's a long time ago, so admissions of guilt ain't no big deal. But I was underage drinking in a bar called the Beach Bar in Keaton Beach. Now, you got to remember, guys, I've had a full beard since I was in 7th grade, so they don't really ID me in places like that, little towns and such. So me and my buddy Craig, who was of age, and I was not, was up there. I think I was 17 or 18. I don't even know if I was 18 yet. Anyhow, we was in the Beach Bar, and we drank some beers, and I come out, and there was a 7-foot female alligator sat right on the side of the beach there, and she just laying there in the sun, mouth open. And I'm like, we got to do it. And, of course, I went into Steve Irwin mode. I was like, oh, crikey, look at this naughty Sheila laid out on the beach for me to catch her. And I jumped on her back, and I told my buddy he got to jump on it with me, right? Because I thought this 7-foot alligator was going to be a ride, so it was dang, but I didn't care. I jumped on, pushed her head down, grabbed her mouth so that she couldn't open her mouth. You can hold her mouth closed with just your fingers like that. And she never moved. She didn't hardly flinch. She didn't flip a tail. She was like, God dang, another drunk hillbilly jumping on my back. I got to stop sunning out by this bar. That was more of the sentiment that this alligator had. American alligator is what it was. And, I mean, she just went, she like let out a puff of air, and the end of it. And then it was really underwhelming. We got off of her. She opened her head up. She sat there with her mouth open. She never turned to try to bite us or nothing like that. Let's go, Joe! Number 1, I just seen that I was number 2. Nope. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Oh my God, for some reason, I still got Peter's gift up here. The little hydrating turtle. I don't think y'all can see that, but it's stuck and froze on my string. My whole recon platoon watches your videos. What's up from your boys in Fort Riley, Kansas? What's up, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. Thank y'all for your service. Colby Queso out there in Oklahoma. I like turtles. Me too. Down in the Shed is as good as they come, guys. You talk about hell of a human award. What the police doing in here? This is a national forest. Down in the Shed, you're a good man. Now, I've not seen any boat. I seen somebody get silly down here in a float, and I was like, uh-oh. Well, it was on down here. There was another family that had a couple, there's like 2 people that put it on a float. Just a tube, though. Yeah. I couldn't tell. They were just behind the trees. I could just barely see them. I said to my live chat, I was like, Lord, people don't need to be in this water today. Apparently, somebody's got into a tube down here and might be some trouble. The police has come down. I hope everybody's all right. I was telling y'all guys that today is not a day to be playing with this river. I know this river well. Thank you, Tycho, for stopping in. Hit that like button and show Red some love. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, look, to see if I'm in 4-wheel drive. Made it. No, I don't know. Actually, he seemed very concerned. So remember me telling y'all earlier, I said, damn, man, people putting in the river down there, they should not be doing that. Well, at the very least, it's even with the tube. I think people get this complacent. They think it's just water. You know, they're on a tube, they're going to float. Man, even a tube in a hole like that over there, it ain't going to do you no good. It'll suck that tube down to the bottom. What food stays hot in the fridge? A hot dog. Salute right back to you. That's exactly what through my mind. I was like, damn, I hope someone don't drown. Same. That worries me, guys. And I'm telling you, this is not the river for it. Not today. Not today. Phil Holland, you look like the quest giver in the video game, or that dude who owns a gas station and warns teens not to go into the woods, right? Daggone it, teenagers. Oh, dagburn the kids these days. Red, my wife Donna loves your Rebel 4-wheel drive video. You have no idea how much she watches that video over and over. That's awesome, Gunfighter. Thank you. Yeah, respect the river, guys. I'm going to tell you what. Water is the most dangerous molecule on the planet. H2O kills more people a year than any other. I think we did, Kevin Lawrence. We had a, not here. So they actually treat the grains here, but we don't have many cow pastures. But I think Florida, you can still find them, and Hawaii, you can still find them like that. Good old Cubensis. Dung loving. Respect the river. Grew up in the military household. Much respect to you and all who served and are currently serving. Thank you. Can you sing? I can sing a little bit, Stinson. I can sing a little bit. I don't know if they're going to run us out. They run everybody else out that was going to recreationally fish. I'm a local. I think they might be somebody missing. But I sang a little. Only Sam Foley can float down that river. He lived in a van down by the river for a long time. That's right. That's right. Good old Chris Foley. A man down by the river. Love that man. Comedy at its best and truest. Man, I'm kind of curious to see what's going on now, guys. I'm going to show you. We got the police up here. And then out through there, which it gets a little wild on down through there. Earlier, we had some people that put on the water. And hopefully they all right, because there's a nasty rapid down there by the bridge. Like nasty. Like it's got me worried. They got a whole line of cars backed up here. Y'all mean Chris Furley? Florida for sure. Thank you, Rip, for always responding to my comments. Thank you for the hospitality. But no problem, Scott. Thank you for being in here and giving me comments to respond to. And that goes for all of you. What's going on, Kevin Jones? How you doing? Right now, we're trying to see what's going on, guys. We've got kind of stopped up. Apparently, there's been somebody that's tried to go down the river in a float, and they might be missing. 5-string banjo. Hell yeah, I love a sing with a banjo and a guitar accompaniment. Hope you have an amazing Sunday, brother. God bless you too, Foster. Oh yeah, I'm not getting nowhere near that water, guys. It's a nasty day out here today. That's like what I was telling y'all. It's not a day to be a swimming. I hope they're okay too. I do too. I did have a blast at the Hillbilly Jam Chaos. I sure did. Yeah, he's running them families off, so there could be something going on. What's a Hillbilly Jam? Well, Jug. So it's a place in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, at the fairgrounds where we have a big festival with a lot of moonshiners, master distillers. There's a car show, a bunch of vendors come up there. And it's just kind of one of them festivals that you go to and you'll come in a fan of some of your favorite people, but you'll just meet people that are family for the rest of your life. I love it. I go every year. I know in Wayne County, Tennessee, apparently they had some good rains because my buddy went to his farm and the road was probably caved in from a week over. Hey, Lee Moore, that's been happening a lot over here. My buddy's brother stuck over in Harrodsville. just the other day because his whole farm got washed out, like around of it. The creek give and it busted a new channel around. They were stuck up there. National Guard had to come in and get them out. But everyone is safe and accounted for. Absolutely. Had a ball. Really did. I'm caught up. Same. Traffic's moving now. It's always sad, I'm telling you, man. People come down here and they don't know that this river isn't normally like this, I don't think. I mean, I'm not sure, but today ain't the day. I thought you were a Texas boy. No, East Tennessee. Good evening from over here. Hey, Trolling Stoner, man, good to see you. Oh, well, we're doing good here. Maybe some missing people from their floats. Apparently they found a float down yonder and they haven't maybe found the person that was supposed to be attached to it, but I don't know for sure yet. They come down and run a lot of the families that are down here to maybe swim. Like, yeah, that's why I was like, hey, I don't want to go over, you know. I was kind of trying to not say a whole lot because there's a family right there with a bunch of little kids that they were suiting up in like floaties and stuff. And I'm going to tell you, just right outside of that eddy line right there, it's going to, you know, you're off on a trip. So, are you the apparently kid? Good to see you, man. All this rain the South has had all summer, not a good summer for tubing. Honestly, I mean, it's been come and go. There's been some great days for tubing. It's good to have it up a little bit, but we have had just a crazy amount of rain this year. It has been nuts. Can of Dr. Pepper, what's going on? I love me a little bit of shine. Oh, it's level 5 rapids right here. Bobo the monkey. Yeah, I don't, yeah, they don't know what's going on. Somebody's missing. Hey, like, you can be there. You're just live streaming, right? Like, yeah. Nothing but hot for weeks, right? Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Random question. If you tried, how much improvised bank line could you make out of your beard if you had to? Bank line, not much, but I could make a long enough line to where I could do a little bit of fishing. But it'd take a long time to making, you know, twine. Sucks. Black and blue, Guinness and blueberry beer mixed up in the beer stick. That probably would be good. I tell you, the Red Bull and the Guinness weren't that great. Only 103. Nothing. Literally a downpour every other day, it seems. Came up Cherokee last week and lost all my money. Oh, Lordy, Foster. But yeah, there's been a lot of rain. A lot of rain this year. They're down there searching right now, yeah. I hate that, buddy. That's the worst. That'll ruin you on a vacation, I tell you that. Prayers they find the person. Yeah. I don't skydive or shoot Metamate, so river rafting is my source of danger. Same, Bobo. And right now, so this is a Class 5 creek run. The Little Pigeon River at this level, matter of fact, above 4 feet, is it's a Class 5 run. Class 5 creek run. It's got some nasty holes. Right, well, I mean, you know the river. Let's see. You can't see it on the bottom side of it, but that's a frowning hole. That hole, it'll hold on to you. And there's a big rock right in front of it. But yeah, I rafted for years as a river guide. I squirrel hunt. I am up in the Greenbrier. Hope the people tubing are okay. Me too, guys. Now when I seen them getting in, I was like, oh, that's a bad idea. I don't know that y'all heard me mention. I never like to be a naysayer or a bringer of negativity. But sometimes, man, you just got to have a little common sense. Man, the river's moving like that. You probably ought not to get in it. It is fairly common, but not at this level. And I think people see that it's common to come tube it, and they don't know what a normal level is. They're here on vacation, so they don't know that it just rained like crazy last night. So, you know what I mean? They're not completely at fault, but you might look at it and tell it's pretty gnarly. I hope they get found too. I think I'll just stick to fishing. Absolutely, brother. At all those bubbles run buoyancy, and you can see the undertow. You can now. Yeah, that's 60% air, and it's hard to swim in, not to mention it's spinning back on itself. That's a chaotic eddy right there is what that is. It's water's going in every different direction. Sometimes they'll go down and they'll push forward, right? That one's going down and it pushes back upstream. You can actually surf really well in that hole, but the problem is it's like this instead of like this. You want smiles, not frowns when it comes to holes on the water, because a smile will flush you out. A frown will keep you in there and recirculate you. People don't take the extremes into consideration. Well, I mean, and it's ignorance, unaware. You know what I mean? They're just not aware of what the potential dangers could be, I think. I don't go tubing in water I can't swim in. I hear that. God keep them safe. Amen, Scott. Great videos, brother. Keep them coming. Thank you, Damien. I appreciate it. Apparently, I just put one out from, actually, Billy, my manager, probably put it out on my YouTube because he filmed it from his phone yesterday. I didn't have my phone on yesterday. Thank you for the likes. I see y'all tapping that screen. 52 people in the chat. Where's everybody watching from? Y'all know I like to see it. Where are you watching from, and what's the temperature this lovely summer Sunday afternoon? I don't know that it's ever been really common, Crispy Critter. More of just a, like a, I don't know what the word, my brain's going blank. I'm tired. Nice. Let's see. Do I have any ATVs? I don't, Kevin. Hi from Phoenix. What's up, Dub Tribe? Kentucky. Phenomenal rips. Washington at 68 degrees. Soft kitty. Nice. That's a perfect temperature. Because if I tip over something I can't swim out, I might not get home. That's a fact, Chris. West Virginia at 81. From France. Nice, Raven. The city of love. Or wait. That's Paris is the city. France is the country that it's in. Cincinnati, Ohio, 75 degrees out on your front porch. Out there in Phoenix, Lord, is 117. That is too hot. This is why you always talk to the locals to see if it's safe or not. That's a fact, Chaos. Michael R. Bird song. What's going on? 90 degrees in Oklahoma. Clovis, California, the temperature is hot. The Netherlands, as anytime, brother, little city called Harderwijk. I don't know how to do y'all's words. Harderwijk. That's what I'm going to say. Harderwijk. Something like that. Hello, I turned 36 yesterday, and I finally learned to wipe my own ass. My dad used to do it for me, but now I'm a big boy. Can you say congratulations? No, I can't. Never. I always had speech. Of course I can say congratulations. That's a big milestone. Good job, Ron Burgundy. Y'all are wild. Hello again from Central England. Having a great day today. Be lucky. Thank you, Big Nasty. Good to see you. Are you in the zoo? No. I mean, probably should be. At some point, as AI evolves, I'll probably be captured and put in a viewing space for study. Lake Shasta's 103, says Dennis Ray. My mama lost two brothers just like this. Level 5 river, and I'll say respect the river from East Tennessee. Tammy Collins, that ain't no joke. That ain't no joke. 808 Hawaiian, aloha, brother. Wake and bake with that Maui Wowie, a little Pakalolo go. That's what I'm talking about. How you doing? I mean, I could out of that tooth fire. That might I don't know if y'all can see in there or not. I'm in Nevada, 200 degrees. Dang, girl. And folks in Phoenix are enjoying their new Buc-ee's. Nice. And actually, the highest temperature ever recorded was recorded in Death Valley in the United States, and it was 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty close. I almost got it. I'm going to get it one day. Yeah. This man is a blessing. Thank you, Trollastar. Am I Hillbilly? Dub Trample Hill? I suppose, yeah. I mean, I didn't adopt the name. I just it kind of got put on me like that. But yeah, I guess what you'd consider a hillbilly. I'm definitely from the hills. More of a Mountain William. Won't break you out if that happens. I appreciate it. No, Scott's in California. My older sister lives on one of them islands. I love it. Maui's my favorite place on the planet. It's an island of manifestation and magic. The Minihuni loved me, I'm telling you right now. We had us a good time. I roamed the wilderness out there. I didn't wear a stitch of clothes for like 3 months. I love Hawaii. Don't like any I've tried. 21 in December, yes. Chris, absolutely. When you turn 21, the best drink for you to drink, if you want the least amount of hangover and the easiest to take down, tequila with lime, silver tequila. Don't get any reposado or añejo. You're still a beginner, okay? You're going to do it with just a regular lime and a little salt. Little salt goes right here, little lime. Shoot it, right? Lick the salt, shoot it, suck your lime. Bam. I am a chill Billy, a little bit hippie, little bit hillbilly. Feels like 200, I hear you out there. Mountain William is fancy. Do I make moonshine? I definitely know how. She lives on Maui, nice. So I lived in a couple places in Maui. Hostel when I first got there on North Shore in Kihei. Yeah, outside of Kihei. Wailuku, sorry, it wasn't Kihei. I lived in Kihei later on. I met a chick in Little Beach, and then she had an apartment in Kihei. And then I moved to Paia, and then from Paia I ended up at the Twin Falls commune, which is really short distance from there. A walk, you got to walk in there. That's where I didn't wear no clothes for a long time. And then I ended up moving to Hanapo with a good buddy of mine that I had met, Dirk, owned a Harley shop up there and a couple glass shops. I moved all around in Hawaii and had a ball. Can't go wrong with tequila. My favorite Red Bull flavor is the pink, the wild berry. FYI, the yellow tequila is cheap stuff that Mexico doesn't want. That's also true. All right then, thanks for letting me know. No problem, Chris. If I'm good for anything, it's definitely advice on drinking. Not good praying for that family, same. I honestly haven't seen that officer come back through. I think maybe that somebody might have called him and said somebody. I don't know if it was the family with the tube down there or what's going on, to be honest. Oh, honey meat is delicious. It's really good. Actually, you can order, well, I don't know if Savannah Heat will send there, but Savannah Bee Company has a mead they make from their own apiary, and it is a habanero, tropical habanero kind of a flavor. So refreshing. It's like the best summer drink ever with just a little bit of heat. Fire. I don't have a Harley, Kevin, now. Looks freaking beautiful. It is beautiful. Hawaii is another world. Hawaii is nothing like any other state in the United States. It's like a primordial jungle. Everything, all the plants are way bigger. It's just beautiful. Here, Billy John, what's going on? Damn, you still on here? I am, Jimmy Skunk. Actually, we was trying to see what's going to unfold with the people that may have went missing. Well, that and I just love running live with you guys. We've been live for an hour and a half. That's crazy. I used to sell moonshine. Good times. What state is this? East Tennessee, acid rain. Down in the shed said howdy. Let's go. Nice, averaging 52 people. I love those kinds of lives. I get to talk to people a little bit easier. When I get up over 100 and something like that, man, it's hard to keep up with the comments, and I like to try to get to every one of them. Yeah, you know Digger? I know Mark and Digger, yeah. I just up there with Mark yesterday, and a bunch of them boys. Market that hat at Bucky. I don't know that I'd do it from Bucky's, but gnarly up today. How do you do? Later, Ed, I'll catch you on the next live stream. Thank you, Tammy Collins. I appreciate you. Down to some pure moonshine anytime soon. Not anytime soon, Quint. I made me one of them iron hats. I get that a lot, Iron Hulk. I am working on them. I heard you're a vet. Thanks for serving. I'm a disabled vet. Nice, Johnny Ringo. Technically, me too. I mean, I get a disability rating from them. They offer me 80% because it's a load-bearing injury, but I denied it. I took the lowest I could take at 10% because I wanted to go back, and they told me that if I go back, I got to pay it all back. So I took the lowest, and then when I went for reevaluation, 4 years later, they denied me for crepitation in my hip. Some BS. And I've never adjusted the disability rating. Had to rewind to see what you said about the mead, but a little heat sounds good. Let me see. Oh, it's fire. The Savannah Heat is the name of it from the Savannah Bee Company. Brother Iz wrote a song called Pakalolo Will Tickle Feet. I might have to check that one out. Israel Kamakawa Waoli. I can't even say it. But I went to an event in Lanai that was in his honor when I was living up there. It was, they were putting it on. It was awesome. Really good time. Actually, I think it's dropping. So, since I got here this morning, the moisture level on the rocks is going down. And it ain't rained since last night, so it's definitely going down. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that little tuft of grass over there, I could barely see it this morning, and now it's got about that much of it sticking up out of the water. Can you tell me a cheap, good way to make a steel? I don't know about cheap right now. If you want a cheap way, just get you a keg. Biggest keg as you can find. Those are stainless steel. You can make you a copper pipe fitting for the top. I can teach you how to solder. You need ruby fluid to solder your copper to your stainless, but I would get a tri-clamp, put it on, and then use a tri-clamp to come out of the top of it. From there, you can just you can do a column. What do they call that? Condenser. Either way, you can come right out the top of it, and you can just put a tube inside of a tube that has a water in it, right? I can teach you how to make that too. I forget what it's called. I'm having a brain fart. Or just build you a thumper. I could easily show you how to do it. You get you a regular size keg or a little pony keg. You can use that for a thump, and then all you need is a bucket and a worm. Well, you got 100% of the health you need. I do, actually. Yes, I do got my health care is, for the most part, free through the VA. I never use it, though. I never go to the doctor. I'm fit as a fiddle. Brian Stone, I believe I was born with it. They hooked me up to 1957, got me out. Like that. They didn't hit the brake, bounced me down the road a few times, and that's how I got here. I stopped shaving in 2005 when I got in the Army. Couple $100, you can actually buy a little Vavor stainless steel that you can cook with on your stovetop at home, although I don't recommend it. If you really want to look into getting a steel, I'd say spend the money, get you a copper rig. North Georgia Steels will hook you up. The burn is pretty rough, Chris. The burn is pretty rough. Can be. Jesus died on the cross for your sins, but give it to enter the kingdom of heaven if you believe in him. That's right. I have a cousin that used to ride bulls professionally, a little more country than most, and every time I see him, he says, "Now do," and it always makes me laugh. Yeah, buddy, running that corn mash. Good corn liquor. For the worm, can I do for the worm? Well, for the worm, you gotta have copper. You don't gotta have copper, but I recommend it. Number one, it's going to pull the sulfites out of your liquor as it recondenses. There's a chemical reaction that happens that helps pull sulfites out of the alcohol, and a couple of other just nasties, right? If you don't have a copper setup, you can actually put in sleeves of copper piping, like hard copper. Just put that right in your steel, which is what I'd recommend even if you're running the keg steel anyway. But yeah, you just go get you some, I mean, anything from 1/2 inch to 3/4 inside diameter soft copper line. And then you form that around. What I use to make a good line is I'll use a oxyacetylene tank. And I'll, you know, put it down in there and form it. But I've got to where I can just do it with my hand. How much do you think one of them costs? Oh, to make a worm? $50. If you ain't a fan of lime stuff, do an orange with tequila. It's way, but it's good too. And I actually really like orange and a little bit of cinnamon. Another good way to take a shot of tequila. Man, Appalachian Mountains are where legends are made. That's a fact. So copper pulls impurities, but stainless won't. Correct. Stainless doesn't provide, so I can't remember like the chemical process that helps remove the sulfites, but it helps break them down. Copper will actually help purify your water too. A lot of people don't know that. But, you know, copper lines last forever. And your body needs certain amounts of copper. What's the most tasty liquor you ever made? Cherry sounds good to me. Cherry's giving me heartburn. And it does have a good flavor that comes through, but as far as just making a liquor, I like the watermelon I do. So I'll do a rum, basically just like brown sugar, which is just sugar with a little molasses in it. And then I'll do my yeast. I'll make like a wash, right? Like a sugar wash, but with brown sugar instead, so it gives a little bit more flavor. And then in my gin baskets, because I got 10 half-gallon mason jars that the vapor runs through all the way through there. So basically 10 little thumpers. And in jar 6, 7, and 8, I'll put watermelon flavored Jolly Ranchers. And you run it through that right there and let that sucker run out, catch that in a jar, and you get that nice watermelon taste. And I also make like a syrup that I can do to make it watermelon flavored. It tastes just like drinking a Jolly Rancher. I was born in Appalachian Mountains. Nice. Yeah, it's that. So if you have a stainless steel, you're definitely going to want to add a copper element of some type. A lot of people will use like a copper mesh wrapped up in like the arm coming off their steel or in the cape. The watermelon's fire. Green apple Jolly Ranchers work too. Yes, they make me cough. So the only reason I like the flavor of them, but something about a green apple Jolly Rancher, even when I eat them, it makes me cough for some reason. I don't know why. Do anybody else like that? What's up, William Dirty Will Major? I can hear dueling banjos. Well, you got better hearing than me, Paul, and maybe that's something you might want to get checked out, because I think you have an auditory hallucinations. Which, you know, like I said, to each their own. Everybody loves to hear a good banjo. Maybe an allergy. I don't know. It seems like I don't know. Green apple things, even other flavors, kind of make me cough a little bit. Oh, I know, James. I hear it a lot. Had a friend double me on a weekend old street. Hold on. Oh, okay. I was on a trail bike. We were running some deer in the road, and I had a half gallon of shine in one hand and a foot kicking deer's ass going down a dirt road. Nice. I actually hit a damn deer on a dirt bike one time and went flying over it. Now she was fine. Got up and looked at me like I was an asshole. And I was just running about 25, 30 mile an hour down a little gravel road, looking at everything, minding my own business, and out of the woods, wham! She jumped over the fence and right into the front tire of that 125 I was driving. Like to kill me. I slid down that gravel road. Luckily, I actually had a helmet on. I never wear a helmet, but I had put it on for some reason, showing off and doing something. and I'd put a helmet on, and I rode that thing basically down that gravel road. En route to a party. Nice. Muddy Feet by the River. You can't beat that. Roy Clark was a phenomenal banjo player and one of the best guitarists of all time. That man could pluck some strings, now, let me tell you. Love raspberries. Raspberries, unfortunately, don't have enough sugars in them to ferment to actually make a difference. I mean, he just must be riding around in circles. Weird. Everyone loves a good auditory hallucination. Good, David. Thank you. Hey, Skyler, good to see you. Ran that pineapple. It's gone straight fire. Gonna make some peach this week. Nice, Jason Campbell. Heck yeah. Pineapple's good. I love running. Always burns my fingers, though. Working with pineapple. You get in there, squished it, and that depends on how you do it, but the juice always tears me up. But that's because pineapple's got bromine in it. And bromine or bromelain. Bromelain? Anyway, it's a digestive fluid. So actually, when you eat pineapple, pineapple's also eating you. So some people have a stinging sensation on their tongue. That's because the pineapple's, eating you. They call it chincha here in Colombia. Yeah, like corn mash. I want to learn banjo. Bring a very loud amp, battery, earplugs, go to the middle of a trail and play it at night. I don't even know why it's that serious. So the thing about it is, and the where that saying comes from is from obviously deliverance, right? But the person playing the banjo was a little kid that sat on the front porch in a porch swing and jammed out and had him a good old time while the other guy was playing the guitar. And I've met that guy, the actor, as a matter of fact, the kid all grown up. But it wasn't like the hillbillies that did that to old Ned Lady played a banjo. So I don't see correlation. I mean, minorly, but not really. What's up, Vernon? How you doing? Sorry, I disappeared on you. That's all right, Lee. What river you posted right next to right now? I see on Google Maps. Is that okay? I want to see you on Google. Of course, Bryanston, that's okay. Right now, I'm on the Little Pigeon River. I'm trying to think of a landmark. So the Greenbrier section of the Smoky Mountain National Forest would be a good place, a good thing to type in there, because the sign is just less than a mile that way. Can I make a mash in a 5-gallon bucket with lids? Like 4 of them to do. Ow. Damn. One of them bees got me. Hold on. Bunch of apples, smash it, cut it up real good, melt 15 pounds of sugar, melt that water on the stove, and then, yes, of course. That's good apple brandy. I wouldn't use a stove, though. I'd go get you a turkey burner. Just get you a turkey burner and a thing of propane. It's an investment you'll make one time, but it sure makes sugar melting a lot easier. And what size is your distillation unit? But I've used 5-gallon buckets a bunch. Look at that little bee. Peaches ferment the best. The same, James. Damn, I'm not that far behind. God almighty, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, no, bromine, yeah. But it does taste so freaking good. In America, that's true too. Deer, they rough. Dang these little guys. Why y'all trying to eat me for? I didn't do nothing to you. Cranberry, raspberry, mountain water. Yeah, but the thing is, they just don't, neither one of them have very many fermentable sugars. So I can, and they make great flavor. You just have to add sugar to it. So basically, it turns out being more of a cranberry, raspberry rum and sugar wash. Still great. But you don't see me, just hear the sounds far away. That would be somewhat, I mean, I guess just because somebody playing wood music in the middle of the woods is somewhat ominous. But I don't like a peach to eat it, but boy, they got the sugar content. They make the best brandy out there. They ain't none better. Out down that mountain. Little Pigeon River. Yep, that's where I'm at. Also, stories and such have caused banjos to be associated with those scary stories, especially late at night. I suppose so. I suppose so. But I think it originated with Deliverance and the fact that that boy done that banjo scene and all that other stuff. A funny thing to film, yeah. But you'd have to get other cameras to where you could also get the reactions of people that were coming in there. That you'd have to, your staging would be paramount. Like it would be really important to have a really good spot where you could film them as well. Jimmy Scott, let's see, can you use yeast from a store? Absolutely. So when you use bread yeast, be aware it is going to give kind of a bready quality to your mash, but it mostly comes out when you're running the liquor. You can get a hint of it. To me, it just adds like a grain taste to it when you use bread yeast. It ain't that big of a deal. What I recommend if you don't want that bready flavor is using champagne yeast. It costs a little bit more. If you really have the time, and you know, you ain't too worried about it, take you some regular yeast from the store, just some rapid rise yeast. Mix that together with whatever you're gonna run. So say you're gonna run a peach. Take a little bit of the peach mash that you wanna run. Beforehand, make up a small batch of it and then feed that to the yeast. Let that yeast live on that and propagate. Put it in, leave it out for, you know, a while, let it build a lot of yeast up because it'll start to eat. Don't want to let it get too much alcohol in it, so you keep feeding it a little bit of sugar. Now that yeast will create more yeast. Then you use that yeast when you pitch for your whatever batch it is that you're going to make, and then it'll be more tolerant to the alcohol. It'll be more used to the food that you're feeding it. So it's a way of breeding your yeast. They're just like another critter. Sorry, I'm also watching the police come back and forth a whole bunch. Then I get distracted. I am fairly close to Newport, Anthony. But there are all kinds of places that also sell specialty yeast online as well. I have seen baby pigeons. Morning, Jerome. What's going on, man? Day's going good. Art with Cole. Good to see you. I was counting on echoing down the mountain hundreds of yards away. Nice. Pre-inoculation. Correct. Haywood County, that's where I was just at. Canton, right at the road from the Hillbilly Jam. And now you're in South America. That's awesome. That's awesome. Germany 70 and very windy. How much would I make? Well, it depends on how much you need to run. Yeast will keep propagating. It will, but however much you need to run will be a factor on how much yeast you need to make. Corn liquor actually tastes like corn. We call corn maize in South Africa. Maize. And yeah, it does have a similar corn taste. It doesn't taste exactly like corn. Obviously, there's some alcohol in there, but you can get the flavors. There's a sweetness that comes through. It's definitely an old school acquired taste. Most people, when I make corn liquor, allegedly, most people don't really care for it. But I like it because I growed up on it, and it was something that my palate got used to and such like that. It's definitely a very unique taste. Yeah, I enjoy making it more than I like drinking it. Let's see, when I was on vacation at my local county facility, right, with the bars, the dude made hooch in there, fruit and bread. Yep, you can use just even cooked bread. I have seen baby pigeons, though. I've found them. There's other people that said that too, but I've literally found pigeon nests and pigeon eggs and little pigeons getting fed by pigeons. That's also true. See you later, Bear Hunter, man. Appreciate you. Southern man don't need him around anyhow. When I say allegedly, because I believe that police officer would come by here 3 or 4 times just watching my live stream. I ain't made a run hardly at all in the last little bit. Nothing that wasn't legal. Not since I turned out my raspberry. Plus, I've been to Brian Clark, Canton. Is he a mechanic? Chug tube, slushy. I know, it's hard to find them. I've been linking them on my YouTube, but it takes you to Walmart, and then apparently people ain't able to find them. So I'm really not going to do that right now. How much time do you think you save with the pre-inoculation mash? Probably, I don't know, it doesn't really save much time. You just create a yeast that's more suited to your mash. So you create a better product, in my opinion. And you can get a higher alcohol content. Hey Red, I'm back for a little bit, but I hope I didn't miss much. Have you already done a shotgun of the beer? Well, not right now, because there's a bunch of law enforcement down through here, and of course y'all know you can't be drinking alcoholic beverages in a national forest. I just found out that pigeon racing is a huge thing, and they actually have pigeon bloodlines like racing horses type stuff. I did not know that, James. Oh, is my service bad, team? Team Blood? Works on Chevy antique cars. I may know him, Anthony. Actually, I know a Brian Clark from up in that way, around the Maggie Valley area. Blackberry Crown with Blackberry Dr. Pepper. I haven't even tried the Blackberry Dr. Pepper yet. Oh, I saw well-trained yeast. Right? Church time. Have a good day and all. Thanks for the stream, Red. No problem, Dennis Ray. Thank you for stopping by. What about the Temu stills? They'll work. You're just going to be disappointed after a couple of months of running it when you realize you got to put in all that work for a very small amount of alcohol. If you buy a bigger one, I'd say if you're going to run a still, I would do at least a minimum of 10 gallons. The 5-gallon ones are fun, but you're going to get about a half gallon of high test, and overall you might make it work to about 3/4 of a gallon. Tell us how to cook shine. I can absolutely do that. So it starts with the mash that we've been just talking about. You're going to need to find something that has fermentable sugars in it. Sometimes that can be just regular sugar. You feed that fermentable sugar to the yeast and it causes it to ferment, meaning the yeast produces a byproduct of alcohol. It belches CO2 and, excretes alcohol as it feasts on the sugar. Then you're going to take that mash, which now has that alcohol in it, usually anywhere from 8 to 12% ABV, alcohol by volume, meaning if you got 100 gallon, about 10 gallons of that is going to be alcohol, right? Just easy math there, breaking it down in tens. So what you do is you put that in a still, which is the short term for distillation unit, right? You put that in the pot, you put a little heat under it. As it heats up, a couple of things happen. When it first reaches about 148 degrees, your methanol is going to start to come off. You're going to start to see steam coming up to the top of the water. You're going to stir it before you put the cap on it and let that methanol come out of there, depending on what you're running. Now, that's if you're running fruit. If you're running just sugar, you ain't going to have much methanol, but there's some other things, some other nasties, acetaldehydes and other funky things that you do want to come off in that initial first bit of vapor. Now that you've got it heated up, you're going to put your cap on it, and what that's going to do is contain that steam that is now rising off of that liquid. The reason it's rising off of there is because the moisture in there has two different temperature variables, right? So alcohol has a lower point of evaporation than the water does. So the water acts as a temper agent to keep the alcohol from getting scorched, and it allows it to turn into a vapor earlier and then recondense into your worm. As it goes into your thumper, it's going to double in proof, which is why they also call that a doubler, because of the sides of the thumper are causing it to precipitate. Now what that means is the water, the moisture that is in the alcohol is actually going to fall because it sticks to the sides, which is cooler than the outside area. So the water itself is going to get stuck in that thumper, and then the alcohol is going to continue on down into the worm or your condenser. They call it a condenser because it condenses the vapor of the alcohol back into a liquid, because you're running that worm through cold water or cool water. It doesn't necessarily even have to be cold, just below the threshold of 178 degrees, I believe, which is the vaporization temperature of the alcohol. So you run that through that water, and then the liquid that comes out the bottom is your concentrated or distilled vapor, i.e. ethanol, most of the time. Or at least that's what you're hoping for. But that's just the basics. That's just the basics. How you cook liquor without getting caught? Do you have to hide yourself deep in the woods? I mean, sometimes, Brian. But honestly, I mean, I've made it before my front yard. How much 10 gallon gonna get me? So you can get a little over a gallon of some high test. Now I'm talking about if you got the right rig on a 10 gallon still, you can get, 4 to 5 jars of a mean proof of 135 to 140 proof, which means you can cut that down and also flavor it up, or whatever you want to do with it from there. So it can be as much as 3 gallons. Scott, you're gonna have to change your channel to the Shine Whisperer, charged by the hour, Red. Heck yeah, Jumbo, preferably a copper pot still. That is true. Now I'm a shinecologist, Anthony. I'm what you call a shinecologist. Why are you not sitting in the water? It ain't real hot here. Matter of fact, touching my skin's actually kind of chilly. It's about 75, and the air coming off of that is like an air conditioner. Slush, that's wild. It was funny though. 140 proof is 70% ABV, just in case. That's correct. So your proof is going to be double your percentage. Yep, shinecologist. Okay, don't brag. It's a $2 pistol. It was hotter than a $2 pistol. I am fastest man around. Long and lean, a chugging machine. How do I get a shinecologist? Right, you mean, well, yeah, you can visit. We can set up a yearly appointment. Big Red, what's up, LD? As I thought. How you doing? 15 gallons could be perfect. I would think so, yeah. My favorite batch still is exactly that. My 15 gallon is my favorite because you can run off a nice little batch. You can find out what you're doing, and it's easily scalable. Pigeons can be trained to detect cancer. Crows can remember faces. Yes, they do. I saved a crow. So I got a little bunch of crows that I call the Crow Bros, and they wait for me every day. Every day, without fail. When I drive up my road, there's a certain spot on the road there where they fly out in front of my vehicle, and I say, "What's up, Crow Bros?" And they fly off to the branches and they land. And when I come back for the day, they follow me into the holler right at that same spot. And when I go over there, I say, "What's up, Crow Bros?" And the reason being, I saved one of those crows from dying in a ditch. So I was driving by, and it had got down into the ditch eating something and got a vine wrapped around its neck and then around its wing, and it was all kind of tied up. And I got in there, and I, carefully unwrapped the vine around his neck and his wing, and he pecked me one good time, and I was like, "It's okay, buddy." And I calmed him down, and then I turned him around, and he looked right at me, turned his head, and I turned him loose. He flew 10 feet away, landed on a branch, and just looked at me. He just looked at me. I thought, "You're good now, bud. You're safe. You're good to go." That bird flew off, and every day since, him and it seems like his family follows me in and out of that holler. That's a true story. Oh, Make It Shine for Peaches is the best brandy they are. Red, people often overlook the fact that well-distilled corn liquor can also be used as fuel for vehicles. Absolutely. And you can get a cheaper license for distilling for fuel. As long as you're distilling above 180%, which requires a column still, or maybe above 188, I can't remember, you can get a distillation license for your farm equipment. Crush up a bunch of fruit, throw in some self-rising yeast, let it mingle for a few days, and that's how you make a mash. Literally that simple, Slushy. Literally that simple. No mountain water today, Trent. Crows really are incredible critters, super smart. So I feed my crows and I feed my squirrels and all that, and they'll come to the same area. Everybody else around, they bail. But if I come out, they'll kind of sit around for a minute. They're smart. From the Cumberland Plateau. What's up, Bobby Terry? How you doing? You ever go tubing with a bunch of beers in tow, Justin? Yeah, of course. Crows are intelligent animals. They know who shows them kindness. They are friends for life. They do. They also teach their children to hate people. Not only will they teach them to like people, they will teach their offspring to hate certain people. Then throw it in a still, add water, and boil. Well, actually, you're probably going to add water to your fruit at some point, too, because you want to have a little bit more liquid. If you put in too much, so, for example, if you just took a bunch of peaches and you stepped on them, you mashed them out, you got all the pits out, which you don't even have to do, by the way. But you get all the pits out, you mash them down, you're going to be left with a slurry of a lot of juice and a lot of fruit product. The thing about putting that directly in your steel is you could potentially scorch those fruit products, right? If they sit on the bottom too long and your burner's going on and that creates a pocket where there ain't enough liquid in there to temper that, to keep it from getting above a certain temperature, then you're going to have some issues. So a lot of times you're going to add water to your mash with your fruit as well before you do that, just so that you're keeping that fruit from sitting on the bottom of your steel. Everyone come around and squeak, carry on like crazy. I understand what they have a saying about women being an old crow. D Porter, are you trans? No, I don't think they make a hormone grow a beard like that. Shoot. Hell yeah, my kind of bird. I teach my offspring to stay away from certain people, not to hate them. Right? It's just wild to see another animal in the animal kingdom doing that kind of thing, and especially like generational. You know what I mean? That like if you wrong a crow, they're gonna teach their kid that you may wrong them, which is fascinating to me. Need a drink now? No, you don't necessarily have to filter it. You just need to add enough water to work as a buffer in between. So say you got a 10-gallon steel, you make a mash, you've added so many bushels of peaches, right? You want to add enough water to create an area about that deep, well, depending on how big your steel is, at least 6 inches below that peach material, so that once it gets boiling, it'll stay moving. If you was just to throw all that peach in there with it, it'll be liquidy, but that stuff will set on the bottom and you can scorch it. 1 grain of scorched anything in a pot is going to ruin that entire batch of liquor. How long? About a week? That can be. When you're doing fruit, it's going to take a little bit longer, especially when you're adding yeast. There is a bit of, like, the sugar's going to get ate up by the yeast as well, but if you're adding sugar to the fruit as well, which I do, some people don't if you want to do it old school, and it does bring a little bit richer flavor, but for me, the amount of alcohol that you get for the sacrifice of the flavor that you get is worth it. But yeah, anywhere from, actually say we're talking about peach, I'd go about 2 to 3 weeks on that. But I would purchase a hydrometer. You can get those online. That way you can kind of gauge, and a sugar meter, so you can put it in there and see when that yeast runs out of sugar. Yeah. Well, what gift was that, Whiskey? Love you and appreciate you, Trent. Corona and tequila. Now I got these little biting flies on me. That's all right. He is no more. I wonder if the law's still busting people for it. Some places, yeah. I am D. Croco. Aviators. First jar you toss, not necessarily the first jar, so that would depend on the amount that you were running. And I think a typical rule of thumb is 1 ounce of heads get rid of per gallon of shine you're making. So if you're doing 10 gallons, then you would only get rid of 1 ounce of the heads, and you'd still be safe. Now, you don't even have to do that if you're just doing a sugar wash, but if you're doing peaches and stuff like that, things that have pectin in it, then you're going to have that methanol, which is produced in kind of the beginning there. So that's the reason you toss off the heads. Plus, there's like a seed, and I wouldn't toss it off. I'd put it in a jar for like carburetor cleaner. There's all kinds of good things you can use flammable liquid for. Thanks, Apex. Appreciate you. I ain't allowed to do the hillbilly shot again. Allie Mae won't let me. I got too many kids now. It's really hard to find the time. Red, what temp do you for on your runs? You mean like overall? So, I mean, you don't want to start seeing climbing above your 200 until, you know what I mean, you're about, in my opinion, I don't like to be above 205 until I'm over halfway through my run. Until I start seeing it start to bottom out a little bit, I try to keep that temperature down. Shine is, hold on. My tag, the spiral, and then the crown. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Shine is legal to run. I run a couple days a week. Whiskey Bend Hellhound, and nowhere federally is Shine legal to run. But there are some allowances that states will let you have, and it's decriminalized on a certain level for a certain amount. But there's no states in the United States that it's legal. Not federally. Kind of like cannabis. I got them basement pharmacists, and they do. They sure do. No problem, Slushy. My pleasure. That's what we're here for, guys. Y'all want to talk about, we got all kind of things we can talk about. Y'all want to talk about the mountains and nature. Y'all want to talk about Shine. Y'all want to talk about reality TV, Big Brother, Moonshiners, any of them. Like, that's what we're here for. Just an environment of positivity where we can chat it up. Thank you, D. Croco. I appreciate you. All righty, guys. Well, I got a couple of text messages that I got to get to. So we're going to go ahead and cut the live short for a little bit. It looks like the river's going down considerably now. That thing of grass I was telling y'all about, it's now that far out of the water. So just in the time we've been here, it's dropped about 4 inches already, which is kind of cool. But I got to answer some text messages here. No gators in this area. But guys, listen, I know I say it a lot, but I mean it a lot. I love each and every one of you humans. I hope each and every one of you have the best day of your entire life on this day right here, and I hope tomorrow gets even better. Hopefully we'll see you a little bit later on. I'd love to see a traditional wood fire runs, but it must be a real pain in the ass to maintain a steady temp. Not really. Not once you learn it. It's not bad. You just keep your coals low. And then keep your coals, you know what I mean?